My friend, today I will not come to comfort you. I come to wake you up, to shake you from the fog of doubt and remind you that the discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure, but of something far greater. That feeling inside you, the whisper that says, "I am lost." The quiet ache that tells you that you no longer know who you are or what path to take. That voice is not your enemy. It is not a sign of weakness or failure. It is your awakening. The truth is, we only awaken when we are forced to confront the unknown. Growth does not happen in moments of certainty. It happens when life strips away everything familiar, everything we thought we could rely on, and leaves us standing alone, exposed, without illusion. This is where transformation begins. I know this because I have lived it. When I left Hong Kong at 18, I believed I knew who I was. I had trained under great masters, built confidence in my abilities, and shaped an identity I trusted. But the moment I stepped onto American soil, none of it mattered. My past, my skills, my dreams, America did not care. It stripped me of every label I had clung to, shattered my unshakable confidence, and left me feeling small, uncertain, invisible. In that emptiness, I had a choice: mourn the pieces of myself that had fallen away, or use this destruction as the foundation to build something greater. Would I cling to my old self? Or would I let go and become something stronger, something truer? This is the moment you are in right now. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are unformed like a sword in the forge, being shaped by fire. The heat, the pressure, the hammering, it may feel unbearable. But the fire is not there to destroy you. It is there to refine you, to strip away what is weak and unnecessary, so that only the strongest, purest version of you remains. Most people fear this moment. They see the fire and think they are being burned alive. They see emptiness and mistake it for an ending. But those who understand transformation know the truth. This is not destruction, it is rebirth. And what comes next is up to you. Most people never transform, not because they lack ability or intelligence, but because they cling to comfort, like a drowning man clings to driftwood. They mistake familiarity for security, even when it keeps them trapped in mediocrity. They follow traditions that no longer serve them. They live out scripts written by others. But here is the brutal truth. Comfort is the enemy of growth. When we are comfortable, we stop questioning. When we stop questioning, we stop evolving. And when we stop evolving, we remain stuck. People fear stepping into the unknown because it requires risk of failure, rejection, uncertainty. But certainty is an illusion. I learned this in the harshest way possible. When I faced my first real fight in America, I executed a flawless technique, a move I had practiced thousands of times. My stance, my form, my movement, it was perfect. Or so I thought. Yet my opponent, untrained in tradition, struck before I could react. His move was not complex. It was not something that required years of mastery. It was simple, direct, unrestricted. And in that moment, I saw the truth. Everything I had been taught, the rigid structures, the choreographed techniques, was not truth. It was limitation. I had spent years perfecting chains, not skills. And you, too, have been given chains. They do not look like chains. They do not feel like chains. But they are there, the rules society has given you, the expectations placed upon you, the fears disguised as wisdom. What will people think? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? These are not your thoughts. They were given to you by a world that does not want you to think for yourself. But today, I tell you, Break them. Tear them apart. Question everything you have accepted without testing it for yourself. Because here is the greatest truth of all. The only real prison is the one you build inside your own mind. The world will try to keep you in a box, to label you, to tell you what is possible. But the moment you believe those limits, you have already lost. The path to transformation is not about adding more knowledge, more strategies. It begins with stripping away everything false. Only then will you be free to become. Most people fear being lost. They see uncertainty as failure. But this is a mistake, a dangerous one. The truth is, being lost is not a problem. It is an opportunity. The real danger is in rushing to fill that emptiness too quickly. Most people, the moment they feel uncertain, grasp desperately for the first thing that feels stable. They take the first job that seems secure, even if they hate it. They stay in relationships that no longer serve them because they fear being alone. They cling to old beliefs, even when those beliefs no longer feel true. But transformation does not happen by grabbing onto something safe. It happens when you allow yourself to be in the unknown long enough to discover something real. Think of the caterpillar. It does not know it will become a butterfly. It does not have a guidebook. When it enters the chrysalis, it does not simply grow wings. It dissolves completely. It becomes formless, unrecognizable, a mass of raw potential. If it fought this process, if it tried to hold on to its old shape, it would never emerge as something greater. You are in that stage right now. I, too, had to go through this before I could create Jikyune-do. Before I could develop a new way of thinking about martial arts, I had to destroy everything I thought I knew. I had spent years mastering tradition, perfecting structure, drilling techniques passed down for generations. But when I truly tested them, I saw their limitations. Tradition had become a prison. At that moment, I had a choice: cling to the familiar for a false sense of certainty, or step into the unknown. I chose to strip away everything unnecessary. What remained was not a new style. What remained was truth. Most people do the opposite. Instead of letting go, they hold on tighter. They convince themselves they need more knowledge, more titles, more validation. But the path to mastery is not about adding. It is about stripping away. Think of a sculptor. He does not create a masterpiece by adding more clay to a block of stone. He removes what is unnecessary until the true form is revealed. This is what you must do with yourself. You do not need more to become great. You do not need more achievements, more approval, more recognition. What you need is to let go. Let go of every false belief that keeps you small. Let go of the fear that says you must have it all figured out. Let go of the need to impress others. Because true greatness is not about becoming something more. It is about becoming who you truly are. People will tell you to be like water because water adapts. It flows effortlessly around obstacles. But this is not the whole truth. Water is not just gentle. It is relentless. A single drop can wear down the hardest stone. A river may seem quiet, but when it gathers force, it can carve valleys through mountains. Water does not turn back when faced with a dam. It builds pressure. It rises. And when it has gathered enough force, it breaks through. This is how you must be. Do not just flow with purpose. Do not just adapt, use every challenge to transform. Do not just adjust to circumstances, shape them. Because you are like water, not because you yield, but because you persist. Not because you take the shape of your surroundings, but because you have the power to shape the world around you. So now, go. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Become who you are meant to be.